Welcome back, everyone,
Welcome.
to the Serving Scandalous Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
You're in for a treat today.
Okay.
Is it really a treat?
It's always crazy.
Depends on if you like sour candy.
Oh, Lord. Sweet but sour?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But this episode's theme is hurt feelings. We got some hurt people to talk about today.
People's feelings always getting hurt.
Yeah,
Hey.
but we'll determine if their feelings are hurt for good reason.
Mm-hmm.
We'll also discuss how they reacted to their feelings being hurt.
Oh, I know it's a mess.
Yes. Can you defend these people?
We're going to see.
Or are you guys going to drag them in the comments?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So yeah, we're going to talk about some people who got their feelings hurt today. And we've all been there. So we sympathize with these people, right?
I don't know if I can say that, but I mean, if your feelings hurt, your feelings hurt. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some people reacted, I think, in a proper way. I think the reaction fit the crime. And some people, I don't know.
Hey. Okay.
Well, let's get started.
All right.
First story up. Would I be the asshole if I kept a life insurance payment from my ex-fiance?
Life insurance payment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
From the ex-fiance.
Okay.
Let's see. Backstory. Me and my ex were together 7 years and have been engaged for 2 years. While engaged, we both took out life insurance policies and made each other the beneficiary. 6 months before our wedding, he did the unthinkable and cheated on me.
Uh-oh.
Devastated doesn't even compare to how I felt. But somehow I found it in my heart to forgive him. I didn't want to throw away 7 years, especially with the person I considered to be the love of my life. I thought we did the work to get past this. Then 2 months before the wedding, he called it off and left me for the same woman he had cheated on me with.
Oh, wow.
My heart was shattered. I begged him to reconsider. See, baby, that's where you went wrong. We don't beg no man for nothing.
Oh, goodness.
Don't beg him.
Hey.
Don't beg. Like, I'm not saying don't, try to save it, but don't you beg him.
Yeah, that's what she doing. So, hey.
Don't beg nobody.
I feel it.
He told me the love was gone and that he was in love with somebody else. 7 years.
I know, right? That's a long time.
7 stabs.
7 stabs? Oh, my goodness. What?
I'm not a violent person.
You're not, but 7 stabs for 7 years, huh?
Yeah, for every year he wasted my life.
I feel it, though. That's tough. That's tough.
Let's continue. Y'all know I'm a fool. With time, I healed. I did the work, put myself back together again, and moved on with my life. It's now a year later. After the breakup, I updated my life insurance policy, and I assumed he did the same. Men don't ever handle their business, child. I can tell you that.
We do handle our business.
No, you don't.
Some things just fly through the cracks here and there, but we handle our business.
I'm a family law attorney. I know you guys don't handle your business because when I represent women is one thing, and when I represent men is a whole different thing. Women definitely handle their business more than men. And what I mean by handle their business, stuff like this.
Stuff like this, huh?
Stuff like this. The paperwork, the making sure deeds is correct. Women handle stuff like that.
Oh, my goodness.
Y'all just, keep living.
No comment.
Y'all just go about y'all life.
Oh, my goodness.
Women handle their business. I assumed he had did the same. You assumed wrong. Last week, I got a call out the blue and received the news that he had unexpectedly passed.
Oh, Lord.
Is he in heaven or hell?
Heaven.
Then I got a call from his sister saying he never changed a beneficiary on his life insurance policy. That means I am set to receive the $100,000 payout.
Okay.
The girl he left me for, the girl he cheated on me with, has reached out to me, asking me to give her the money because she's pregnant with his baby and is unemployed.
Oh, wow.
Oh, karma, boy, I tell you. Isn't it something?
It is.
When it come back to bite.
Hey, it be like that.
She said the money should go to her and the baby because I'm just the ex.
Not just the ex.
I have sympathy for the child, but none for her. To be frank, it was on him to handle his business and update the policy. We broke up a year ago. I wasn't expecting this money, but legally, it's mine. I didn't take anything from anyone. At the end of the day, he made the choice to leave things the way they were. He didn't think enough of her to change the policy. Considering how he treated me, this isn't about revenge or pettiness. It's simply about the fact that I was the named beneficiary, and I see no reason why I should be the one to rectify this situation.
It'd be like that.
I don't want to be heartless. I'm considering setting aside a small amount for the baby. This isn't the child's fault, but on the same token, I don't feel guilty for keeping what is legally left to me. Am I the asshole?
Hey, if it's legally yours, I mean, what you gonna do? I mean, you ain't got no ties with her. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
7 years of my life, 2 months before the wedding. First cheated 6 months before the wedding. He's cheated before. It's just that's when he got caught. Calls the wedding off 2 months before the wedding. I think this money is just enough for pain and suffering. What do you think?
Hey, I mean, I can agree with you on that. I mean, shoot, I don't see why she would have any obligations to her. So and then she's being nice for the daughter too. So I mean,
Well, we don't know if it's a daughter or a son. We just know there's a baby.
The kid, well, shoot,
unborn.
I think she's being nice enough.
I think it's nice of her to put some money aside for the baby. So let's just say she does that. It's $100,000 policy. How much out of the $100,000 should she set aside? What makes it right? How much should she give to the baby? So everybody could not be mad. How much does the baby deserve?
Let's say
10%.
Jesus.
20%. 30%.
I say a little 15% piece. Yeah, you'd be like 10 for, just to be nice, and then 5 on top of that. That's 15.
15%?
Yeah. The 5,000 is just so you'll be even a little bit more nicer, but that's about it.
15,000.
15,000. That's a lot of money.
I mean, this is out the kindness of her own heart. She don't have to give a penny.
Exactly.
But there's a big difference between what's legally correct and morally correct. So legally, there's no discussion legally. She's entitled to the $100,000 legally. That's just that.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about morally. Should she keep the money?
Morally, she should just...
I say this is her pain and suffering. I feel like this is what goes around comes around. And when you get a blessing, accept it and move on.
I mean, morally, what she got morally tied? Like
somebody might say morally this is wrong because basically this is just an oversight and he just never changed the beneficiary. He left you and he wouldn't have wanted you to have that money. That he probably would have wanted a family member or the new woman to have the money. So morally, should you receive $100,000 from a man that left you? That's what I mean by morally. But no. I think this is the way of the universe distributing karma.
Yeah.
And he gone, so.
Exactly. Nah, she got every right to just take the money and scram.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. This is very common, though. Like people forgetting to change beneficiaries happens all the time. Especially, I see it all the time in divorces. Luckily for me, I put the language in the divorce decrees to protect my client in case they forget. So I already award them their life insurance policies in their divorce decrees because I know people forget, especially the men.
I feel that.
But that's all right. Lauren got you. I'll take care of you in your legal documents. So in case you forget, you got that divorce decree that says it was awarded to you.
Okay.
Crazy legal stuff, but
right.
Handle y'all business.
Oh my goodness.
Just handle your business. Men, I ain't got to tell the ladies. Men
handle their business too. It's not just women that just be handling their business. Sometimes we, things slip through the cracks here and there, but we handle our business. Come on now.
Cues and the crickets.
Hey.
Put a little cricket sound effect.
Balloons and fireworks.
Don't lie for the men.
Come on now.
It's a no fact. Where's our deed? Where's our deed?
In the safe. Thank you.
You don't got a key to the safe. You don't know where the key to the safe at.
I do know where the key to the safe is. See what I'm saying? Man handle their business.
No, they don't.
Yes, we do.
Day of tomorrow, you don't know how to get in that safe.
I do.
No, you don't.
And if you hid the key, I get in there.
No, I don't want to hide the key because my memory ain't good enough. Somebody got to, so we both got to know where the key at because I'll forget where I hid the key. And I don't want to put that kind of key on my key ring because you take your house keys, your car keys with you all around the world. You need to be able to get in your safe. Put y'all safe keys somewhere in the house. Don't take that out and about.
See? And don't be going to hide it because you're going to forget. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will forget, but that's why it's not hidden.
See?
It's not hidden. Yeah, that was an easy one though.
Nah,
I could make the questions harder.
It's not Q&A session. What?
I know y'all don't handle y'all business.
Yes, we do, but I feel you.
Okay.
No.
One more bonus. Bonus question.
Okay.
Who insures the home? Like, who's our homeowner's insurance policy with?
USA.
Well, maybe my husband do handle his business, y'all.
Thank you. Wow.
All right, baby. Good job.
I guess. Yes, I know.
It is USA. Okay.
Yes.
And maybe I might have to take it back, but I won't.
Oh, my goodness.
You want to know what some of the people had to say?
Yeah, what they talking about?
After she said, "You're just the ex," you should say, "And you're just the homewrecker."
Oh, wow.
That's a Lauren response right there.
Oh, my goodness.
I support that 1,000%.
I feel you, yeah.
Someone else said, "The money is yours, but you'll get some blowback from people who'll say that you're heartless for keeping the money away from the poor baby. If you want to be nice, put a percentage for the child in a trust that they can't touch until they're 25 or 30 years old, which will piss off the girlfriend to no end. But she can't really complain about it because you gave some money to the child for the future so they can have something to start their life."
Well, that's a nice gesture.
I think that's nice.
Yeah.
Like, what they saying is, don't give that lady $15,000. Put it in a trust so now she can't even touch it.
Right.
The child, the baby, can't even touch it until they're whatever age that you designate them to touch it.
That's petty.
That is, but I love it.
Of course. Nah, that's a good idea too, though.
I love this suggestion.
Geez.
She's doing both things. She's taking care of the baby. She's making sure the woman don't squander the money.
Yeah.
That child will have $15,000 according to you.
Yeah.
Y'all tell us what percentage, if you gonna give the lady money at all, because some of y'all might just take y'all $100,000 and run.
Right.
But if you one of the people who would give the baby some money, would you give $15,000? Do you think 15% is enough, or would you give less, a little more? Let us know.
Yep.
What your non-giving or giving heart will give.
Right. Yep.
I don't know. I think I would put a little something for the baby, and I think I would do it just like that, so that the mama couldn't touch it and the child couldn't touch it until they were of age.
And how much? You do 15% or what?
It depends on how much I've healed at the time.
I feel that.
Because she said it's a year later, but I mean, he did her so bad, a year is still soon.
No, I feel
So
you.
it would just depend on where I am in my healing journey. I could tell you I wouldn't split it 50-50.
Oh, nah.
Nah, that's too much.
That's crazy.
That's too much. On a great day, like if I'm really just trying to get into heaven, 20. That's the max.
As if you're trying to get to heaven.
As if I'm trying to get to heaven. And I might even be nice and not even do it like as a trust. I'll do it as like a bond so that it increases over time.
Right.
So I maybe put 20, but by the time, and I could make it a 15-year bond, 20-year bond, 30-year bond. Put that in the trust, but by the time the child reaches whatever age, that $20,000 I initially invested might be 30, 40 at that time. Mm-hmm. So I probably would do something like that.
No,
so by the time you got the money, you would have received potentially
so you'll
30%, 40%, depending on what kind of bond you get.
So you'll be nice with a little petty on top.
I don't see where the petty is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's just the bond, so they can still take it out at the end of the day, right? Yeah, they can.
But those bonds have to mature.
Right.
And plus, you don't want no 5-year-old walking around with a bond, right? You would want to protect that bond until the child is of age, right? Mm-hmm. So I would, instead of just all I'm saying is instead of putting $20,000 into a trust, that money just is sitting there.
Right.
I would invest it in like a bond that accrues over time. So if you do, like when you are buying the bonds, they tell you, hey, if you buy this particular bond, in 10 years, it'll be worth this much. It already tells you how much it'll be worth at whatever time in the future.
Right.
So that's what I would do. So by the time the child is old enough, even though I gave 20,000, you might get 30,000. You might get 40,000, depending on what kind of bond I do.
Okay, so yeah, so you would still give the child some money. Okay, so
I would still give the child, but I would make it a bond. So by the time they're old enough, that money would have been higher.
Right. True. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Instead of just putting $20,000, ain't gonna do nothing.
It's a nice gesture, then. It's a really nice gesture.
Yeah, I mean, the child ain't gonna be old enough until 15 years. That's 15, Lord, until 18 years from now.
Yeah.
And 18 is still young. I still wouldn't give that kind of money to an 18-year-old. But let's say you give it to the child when they turn 25. If you let a bond sit there for 25 years, depending on what kind of bond you get, it could double.
Well, I guess it just depends on how much.
So I get 20. Then everybody, when they turn 25, they get 40. I think this is kind.
I don't know if you'd be given $20,000.
I said if I was trying to get into heaven that day, but I
Right.
might have been fine
Exactly.
with some heat.
Wow.
I'm just playing.
No, we got to get that 20 first to get to the bond that could
Right, but
accrue money.
if I was really on my best behavior,
Yeah.
20. If I was on my, I'm just trying to get my chance to get to the pearly gates. I ain't really trying to get in. I'm just trying to give my chance to plead my case.
I feel like this got to be a really good day.
I would say maybe 10, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Make it a bond, and in 25 years, maybe the child will get 20.
Okay, I feel it. Good days. I feel you. No, I feel you though.
For all the people who wouldn't give nothing, take your $100,000 and scram. Don't be ashamed. You make yourself known in the comments.
No, that's real.
Speak up for your group.
That's a crazy situation she was in the first place. So
Absolutely.
I feel you if you didn't give nothing. I mean, it is what it is.
And we don't know how much money that could have been lost. He called the wedding off 2 months in advance.
Yeah, true.
You know how we've been married. We had a wedding. We know how that stuff rolled.
And we on the outside looking in. She actually was in the situation. So yeah, she probably was hella hurt.
And if they did it traditionally, the bride's family is the one who covers the wedding, which means her people probably need to be reimbursed. So let's revisit her keeping the $100,000.
See, hey, facts.
Because if my mom and daddy had shelled out all that money and you pulled the rug from underneath my feet, I think this is just reimbursement.
True. Well, a little on top, maybe.
Yep. For pain and suffering. Someone else said, she's a home wrecker. That means she could also be a hoe. That baby might not even be his. Carry on with your life. Invest the $100,000.
Dang. Hey, you don't know that woman.
That's a point. That's a good point. We don't even know if that's his baby.
Oh, my goodness.
We just assuming. We don't know what that lady was running around doing. We don't know this lady.
True.
Questions that need answers. You right. You hold on to that money.
Hey,
DNA test.
She wouldn't be wrong for doing it. I mean, it's rightfully hers. So, hey.
Tell that sister that kept calling you. Tell her when the baby's born to do a DNA test. Prove that baby's her relative, and then we talk about it.
Wow.
Well, why would you be giving this baby money if that baby not even his? We got to make sure.
You right.
How else we supposed to make sure without a DNA test? He in the ground, so we would have to use a close relative.
No, I feel you. Hey.
This lady didn't even say do a DNA test. She said this lady could be a hoe. We don't know if the baby his. You keep your money and invest it and move on with your life.
People crazy. But that's real. Hey.
The title of this episode is Hurt Feelings. I told you these people hurt.
I know it.
Someone else said, keep it all and don't feel guilty. It's yours. If he wanted it a different way, he would have changed it.
Hey, facts. He probably would have been about his business and he would have switched it up.
Consequences.
He knew what he was doing.
Consequences. Someone else said, your ex basically wasted 7 years of your life. He tried to destroy you. This woman continues with the self-centered, entitled attitude, calling you the ex. Hello, you wouldn't have been the ex if she didn't knowingly set out to ruin your relationship and cause you great pain. Consider this compensation for your pain and suffering. Don't give her a penny. She will interpret this as she is owed everything and will make your life hell. She is not entitled to a thing. Life insurance, etc. with named beneficiaries are separate from a will. Hopefully he even did that, but I doubt it. She and her baby can kick rocks. You're not the asshole.
Dang. Why the baby got to be in it, though?
We don't even know if that's his baby.
But it's still a baby.
That's fine, but we don't know that baby.
Oh, my gosh.
We supposed to be just sharing money with any baby? There's plenty. There's millions of babies. I mean, we can't be looking out for every baby.
You right. We'll be broke.
Thank you. We so bad.
Hey, it is.
But these our people. They not judging us. These our people.
You right. Because y'all would be doing the same.
This lady hurt.
Mm-hmm.
This man did her dirty. 7 years of her life.
That's terrible.
That's a long time to be playing crackhead games.
True.
Next, the last comment is similar to what I said earlier. There's legal and then there's morality. Legally is yours. Only you can decide if you want to give her any of it. If you do, you should verify that she's actually pregnant. Then consider a college savings account.
Wow. Hey, it is what it is.
I like the college savings account as well.
Yeah.
Either one. As long as you put it in something that is going to appreciate. You don't want to just stick money somewhere and it don't do nothing.
They're all nice gestures.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think.
Yep. Y'all giving the funds away or y'all keeping it all to yourself?
And my petty people, don't feel ashamed. This is a safe place. Come out. Come to the front.
I know. I already know. They're going to keep the money themselves and be like, forget her.
Yeah, and all my nice people out there, y'all make yourselves known as well.
Yep. Let us know in the comments. I want to know everything. I want to know if you going to, what percentage you giving, or you going to do a little college fund, or.
Let the rest of us, the petty people, let us know what we need to be aspiring to.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Because God's still working on us.
True.
You made it. So encourage us. Tell us what we need to be doing. But for my petty people, we not ashamed.
Oh, yeah.
Make your words and your feelings known in the comments.
Oh, Lord. You're right, though.
Next story.
All right. Now the next story.
Ready for more hurt feelings? My feelings already hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I can only imagine they feelings actually being in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Next person up whose feelings is hurt. My wife deleted a message from my ex telling me she was pregnant 5 years ago.
That's crazy.
Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks since I found out. I did a DNA test and she's mine. Here's the story. My ex sent me a message a couple weeks before giving birth, telling me everything. My wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, saw the text that my ex sent me and deleted it and blocked her. She claimed she never opened the message. My ex took that as me not wanting to be involved in our daughter's life. It's been 5 effing years. My daughter is turning 5 next month and I haven't even met her. Every time I think about how much I've missed out on, I just lose it. I know I should focus on what I've gained instead of what I've lost, but damn, this is hard. It's taken 2 hours just to write this out. I don't even want to start on my ex and what she had to go through. Out of desperation, she reached out to my mother for help. She hated my mom more than she even hated me. This is how it all came to light. I found out through my mom, who was contacted by my ex about my daughter and how I just ghosted her. I was talking to my wife about this and she confessed about deleting it and blocking her.
Oh, wow.
My wife says she's remorseful, that she was very immature at the time and didn't think it could be that important. She even said that she forgot all about it. I never loved anyone more than my wife. She supported me through so much. I believe she actually feels bad and regrets it. On top of all of this, she's pregnant with our first child together. We're currently separated while I deal with everything, but I don't know how to move forward.
That's tough. That's her wife deleted the text message.
I know. That's a big mistake.
She said she ain't know, though.
She said she didn't read it.
She didn't read it.
But this is why I kind of believe her.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she felt like she was like doing something sneakily, like let's just say if she read the message and she already knew about this child and she deleted the message and blocked this lady, why on God's green earth would she confess? She confessed. That's the only reason why he knows that his wife deleted the message.
I mean, messages just don't disappear, though.
But he wasn't confronting her about... She wasn't confronting her.
The wife just came to him and said,
right,
hey,
he came to his wife and was like, oh my God, my mama just called me. I got a 5-year-old child. My ex said that, I ghosted her. Like, he's just talking to his wife about this call his mama got. The wife confessed. Oh, well, I did see she messaged you 5 years ago. I just think when you confess like that, she didn't know. Because I feel like if you purposely hid that, why the hell would you confess?
People confess now.
I don't think. I think
she
didn't. I think she didn't look at it. I don't know how this message might have came about. I don't know if she went through his phone. I don't know if the message came on Facebook and she just walked past his computer and saw the notification.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm somebody who like does a lot of like self-preservation. Like I will preserve my feelings first, right? And if I know I'm not leaving this man, I won't read it and hurt myself. Now, if I'm willing to walk away, then I'm going to read it and then break up with you. But if I know I'm not leaving you, I'm not going to intentionally hurt myself. If I walk past the computer and I saw a notification from that hoochie, I'm not even opening it if I'm not leaving you. I'm going to just delete, block.
Mm-hmm. But I'm going to play devil's advocate, though, because she could have seen that message.
She could have.
It was just like, you know what?
But that means she would have known about this child all along.
Yes.
Then why the hell would she confess?
Because now the mom knows and now the mom's involved.
But they're not accusing anybody of blocking or seeing the message. They're just saying that he ghosted her.
Right.
The only person who knew about this message is the baby mama and the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Why would she confess if she knew about this child this whole time? She would have been like, wow, a baby? What you gonna do? Why would she confess if she truly did that on purpose?
I don't know. I just feel like there's people that's like, oh, now it's a little bit out there now, let me make sure I say what I actually did, twist it up a little bit.
I don't know, something about this story and just the way it was told and the factors. I just know that if I had did something on purpose like that, I would never admit to it.
But that's you.
Because that would make me a horrible, first of all, you would be a horrible person to see that and block it.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't tell nobody how horrible of a person I am. If I've been keeping a secret for 5 years, we've had this conversation before, right? About snitching on yourself.
Right.
We've had this conversation before. If I knew that this baby was out there and I purposely blocked her and deleted that message, ain't no way in hell I'm say I did it.
Right, I feel you. But that's you.
I don't think that lady read the message.
Do you think that there's a chance that she could have read that message?
Of course there's a chance. We don't know these people.
And that because who mom called her or called him?
The baby mama called his mama and was
His
like,
mama.
hey, I need help. Like, I got this 5-year-old. Your son ghosted me.
Mm-hmm.
Then the mama called her son.
Mm-hmm.
Then the son, who's the husband, went to his wife and was like, I got a 5-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Then the wife confesses.
I know.
I believe that she didn't. I believe that she just saw that hoochie, was like, you know what? I don't know what this girl want with my man, but bye. And she just deleted and blocked.
I feel like it's like an 80-20 chance.
That she didn't look at that message?
I think it's a 20% chance that she looked at that message.
I think the only thing that makes me believe that she didn't look at the message is because she confessed. He didn't confront her and ask her, did you do this?
I feel you.
If that was the story and he confronted her and said, did you do this? And then she says, yeah. Then I think she read the message. But the fact that he wasn't confronting her, he was just like, oh my God, baby, I got a 5-year-old child. And she was just confessed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, 5 years ago, I did block a message from old girl. The fact that she confessed tells me she didn't know.
Hey, I feel you, but I just feel like there's some people that probably would have confessed like, oh no, like the dirt from under the rug is out in the light now.
Y'all tell us what you think.
Yep.
He wasn't confronting her.
I feel you.
So why would she confess if she knew he wasn't confronting her?
Because the baby mama messaged him and he didn't get the message. So now he's like, what the hell? And she's probably like, oop. Oop. I'm about to get caught. Let me confess.
30%
30% chance now.
I don't know.
30% chance. But
I know.
that's 30%. She probably didn't read the message, but she probably did. But
like I said, if I know I'm not leaving, I'm not reading. Okay?
I feel you.
If I'm not leaving, I'm not reading. So I could see her being like that.
But that message could have been open.
Because we also talking about them being girlfriend and boyfriend. If you married, you shouldn't be doing none of that stuff. But I'm saying, like, that's what I'm saying. We talking about they were young, girlfriend and boyfriend. I could see me being a girlfriend and being young. And you know what? I don't even want to know, but I'm going to get rid of this hoe now.
I feel it.
That's something I probably would have done in her shoes. So that's what I'm like, it's kind of believable that she didn't look at the message. I wouldn't have looked at the message if I wasn't leaving.
I feel you.
But I also wouldn't have confessed either about deleting the message. I just would have been quiet. But since she confessed.
See what I'm saying?
I do think she thinks that it was an innocent thing.
Yeah.
It's still her fault though.
She got caught up in a oops. But I feel you.
What y'all think?
I feel you.
We both don't know.
Right. We don't.
This is just our perspectives.
True.
We'll never know. She could have looked at it. There's a chance she looked at it. There are plenty of women who go through phones and look.
Thank you. What your ex hit my man up for? All in the phone.
That's very real.
A baby.
Get her out of here.
Hope this baby disappeared. Bloop.
Bloop. That is very possible.
Mm-hmm.
That is very possible.
Then it looped around.
But hold on. Everything you're saying is very possible. If you looking, you read it.
Hey, you heard it here first.
If you looking, you read it. But it was the confession. I think if he confronted her and then she spoke, then I think she read it and she knew. But he wasn't confronting her. He was just like, oh my God, baby, I got a daughter. She said that she sent me this message. Oh my God, she called my mom. He wasn't confronting her. He was confiding in her. The fact that she confessed just tells me that she felt bad. She was like, oh my God, I think this is my fault. Oh Lord, she messaged you all these years ago and it's the confession and he wasn't confronting. Do y'all get what I'm saying?
No, they probably get what you're saying.
That's what makes me believe her. Feel like if she knew about that baby, she wouldn't have did that. She would have kept that damn secret.
I don't know about that.
She would have been like, oh,
or she would have acted.
Oh, look, but no, she confessed. I feel
you.
I done spoke my piece.
I wanted to speak my piece.
Vote right now. Pause this video and vote right now. Do you believe me? Are you on my side?
Yeah.
Or are you on James' side?
That's right.
Both are very realistic options.
It really is. Just because you confess didn't mean you ain't know.
Your position is, oh yeah, she read that message. She knew about this baby all along.
Mm-hmm. Then the mom hit the baby mama hit the mama, and then the mama hit the dad, and then
she just started telling on herself, even though he wasn't confronting her.
Because she thought she was gonna get caught. Yep.
I don't think that.
Let us know.
I think she saw a notification. She was like, I don't even care. Bye. I wouldn't have been talking about, I deleted. Not if I knew. If I've been keeping that secret, I would never let nobody know I was that trifling. Because that's trifling. If she knew that's trifling as hell, why the hell would you tell on yourself knowing you that trifling? I'd be pretending.
And then she would be like, I text you. And then he would have been like, what you mean? Like, I didn't get that message. Then he would have did some digging. She would have to pull that.
He would have had to do some digging. There's no digging. The message is gone on his phone. She would have to produce the screenshot. She better go back for 5 years. Hopefully she still even got the messages. But that message ain't in his phone. Remember, she deleted and blocked. Ain't no digging in his phone. And we're assuming it's a text message. We don't know. It didn't say text.
I would have called Apple.
No,
like,
what happened? Call Apple all you want. They'll put you on hold and let you listen to their elevator music. They ain't gonna be listening to you.
They would have been like, yeah, it was deleted. See what I'm saying?
Apple ain't gonna be no help.
Yeah. I don't know.
He has every right to be mad at her.
Okay, I feel you. Let's just stick to the story.
Yeah.
Let's just stick to the story. But you're right. He
has every right to be mad at her because at the end of the day, she did delete and block.
You're right.
He has every right to be mad at her. But for her actions, he would have known about this child.
True.
So he has every right to be mad at her. But I don't think he should be as mad if her intentions were not to keep a child from him. If she truly did not look at the message, he got every right to be mad.
True.
Every right, because she shouldn't have touched his nothing.
True.
But if she truly didn't know, that's two different levels of ain't shit. There's the regular ain't shit of, I saw this hoochie was texting my man, and I just got rid of her.
Right.
I think we all can agree that we all could be that level of trifling. That's a little trifling.
Nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that because, we all done been there. There's a different level of trifling if you knew that there was a child.
Right.
And you blocked this woman. That's two different triflings.
It is.
So he got the right to be mad, but not too mad. Especially because this is something she did as a girlfriend. They were probably young. I could definitely, like I said, if I was college age, 19, 20, I could see me doing that.
Right.
As an immature person in a relationship and trying to, be like, girl, don't come over here messing my stuff up.
Right.
But now, if she was married to him, that's a different thing. But I could see somebody doing that as a girlfriend-boyfriend situation.
Right.
He could be mad, but not too much. She pregnant, not too much on her.
Hey, I feel you. You got to ease up off around.
Because you're mad at something she did at 19, 20. We don't have the ages, right? But we just assuming. We just assume, what, that lady could have, we don't know these people. They could have got married later on in life.
We'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
And plus, she pregnant right now.
True. She's pregnant. We talk about a pregnant woman right now.
We are talking about a pregnant woman. Let's not do this to a pregnant lady.
You're right.
Not too much.
We not.
Not too much on her. Let's see what the people had to say.
Right. Let's put it on.
Now, these people, this ain't our people. Y'all still got to tell us what y'all have to say.
Yep.
But let's see what the Reddit people had to say.
Yeah, let's do that.
Someone said, seeing a professional is the only way to handle this. We're just anonymous people on Reddit with no actual qualifications. In situations like this, you need a professional. But you know what's even crazy that we haven't even explored?
What?
Let's just say that she didn't know about the message. I mean, she didn't open the message. Let's just say we believe that.
Okay.
Imagine getting married to someone you think has no children.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Starting your life together, thinking that you two are having your first child. Then boom, baby pops up and an angry baby mama. Damn.
That's deep.
That's deep.
That's deep.
That's us. Like, imagine us being like, and I'm just saying.
Why I gotta be us?
Because we got married with no children.
You're right.
We got married with no children.
And I just popped out.
That would be insane.
Whoa. Yeah.
That would be insane.
Whole life switch.
You couldn't do that, though.
I couldn't do that.
We've been together 11 years. Where the hell this baby came from?
Right. True.
You know?
True.
All I'm saying, this is crazy to be married and thinking it's just the two of you, and then a child falls out the sky and an angry baby mama?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Because I think that is an important conscious decision you have to make before going into your marriage. I am marrying someone with a child. This person comes with a child.
No, I feel
This
you.
person comes with an angry baby mama. Am I going to legally attach myself to this person? Like, am I going to? But you go into your marriage not even knowing none of this exists, and then boom, a baby and an angry baby mama fall from the damn sky.
Nah. Yeah.
While you pregnant, thinking you bringing his first child into the world.
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
feel sorry for this woman.
Life changing.
Because this is a whole new ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Your marriage, the whole structure is not the same anymore. This man has a child. And it's not even an amicable situation. You got drama now.
Right.
Big ass drama.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for none of that.
Hey.
But see, that's how karma work. Had you read the message, you would have known this man had a baby. You could have made a conscious decision for yourself. But see, no, you were sneaky.
Mm.
You just didn't even want to see. So this is what happens when you walk into stuff blind.
Hey.
Congratulations, you're a stepmom.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah. Or she did read that message.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. I don't know.
No.
Guess what?
What?
There's an update.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I don't know why I'm smiling.
Or at least we get to know what happened after. Okay.
Long story short, I met with my ex last week just to properly explain myself and discuss the whole what now.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't end up being a productive conversation and mostly filled with awkward silence with a few miniature arguments. Towards the end of our conversation, she said that she had been talking to a lawyer. She didn't want me to be involved at all. She was seeking full custody of our daughter with no visitation, as well as suing me for back child support and putting me on current child support.
Oh, wow.
So that was fun.
Straight like that.
To be clear, I was always going to provide for my child more than the fair share. I really don't know how any of this works, but I haven't received anything from the court, so it could have just been a threat, but she seemed serious. Regardless, I decided to find myself a lawyer to help me instead of waiting around. I'm meeting with the lawyer tomorrow, which is great. Great idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what state you were in, but that wouldn't happen in Texas. She wouldn't be able to do what she's threatening to do unless you are abusive and on some serious drugs.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to be able to give you no visitation or nothing like that. Texas is very clear about both parents having access to the child. But I don't know where y'all at.
Right.
Let's continue. My wife and I are trying to work things out. Due to the lawyer court situation, financially speaking, we couldn't get an actual therapist, but my wife's pastor offered to provide marriage counseling to us. The wife's pastor? Y'all don't have the same pastor?
Yeah, they might not, I guess.
They go to church separately?
That's what they saying.
Okay. We only had 2 sessions before the family drama broke out, and we're temporarily putting counseling on pause. Basically, the thing about my wife deleting the message leaked out to the rest of the family, which has led to my wife getting nasty messages from a couple of my family members. My lovely older sister also decided to add fuel to the fire by posting about it on her Facebook.
Oh, wow.
My wife has locked herself up in the house and taking everything quite badly, since even her friends now know and have distanced themselves from her. I'm actually quite worried about it, but at least her mom is there with her, and I try to check on her regularly. Remember, they separated after this news happened, so it's all just overwhelming. When I'm not thinking about my daughter, I'm thinking about my ex. When I'm not thinking about my ex, I'm thinking about the family drama. And when I'm not thinking about that, I'm thinking about my marriage and this pregnancy. And I still have to go to work, so it's been a very terrible week. I'm finding it hard to maintain optimism and excitement for my daughter when all of this has happened. It's just a shitty situation all around. This ended up being more of a vent session. Sorry about that.
Wow. That's crazy.
It just, for everybody out there, a lot of people make threats.
Mm-hmm.
Speak to an attorney, because sometimes those threats aren't really what they seem to be. Anybody could say anything to you.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody who practices law. It can really give you an honest opinion about what's the potential outcome of your situation.
He said he didn't even get no paperwork or nothing from that. So.
Right.
Right. Yeah, who knows?
But I know there's other states that do some other like really interesting things, but that would not happen here.
Right.
Unless she can prove that he's abusive to the child. Obviously, he hasn't been because he ain't never met the child.
Right.
Or if he's like on some serious, even if he was on meth, the court would give him access to his child. It'd be supervised.
Oh, wow.
It'll be supervised,
Mm-hmm.
but they wouldn't keep the child from him. They would put him on supervised visits if he was on meth.
Oh, my goodness.
Right.
That's crazy.
Texas is going to give you access to your child.
But that's still good, though. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's very clear about wanting both parents to be involved.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's another update.
Oh, wow. Okay, it gets deeper.
Yeah, go grab y'all snacks.
Right.
Whew, let's move on to update number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the short version. I've met my daughter. My ex and I handled the custody and support arrangement ourselves. Still signed off by the court, but we're both committed to making this co-parenting thing work, and we've been doing well so far. My wife and I are back at home and both excited about the nearing due date. We've decided to all move on.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Here's the long version.
Oh, okay.
The last update, I ended with my ex threatening to fight me in court. Well, the lawyer I had arranged suggested we do mediation. Overall, mediation went quite shitty and seemed to be more detrimental to us than even co-parenting. That was bad advice. That was bad advice.
What do you mean?
As a family law attorney, I would never recommend going to mediation first with this much contention.
Okay.
A hearing definitely needed to happen, and let me explain why. I only go straight to mediation when the people already get along.
Oh, okay.
If they already get along, yeah, we just go straight to mediation. Like, why have a stranger make a decision? Why put this in the hands of a judge if y'all can get along?
Right.
Let's get in mediation, work it out, and then, draft it up, get the judge signed, everybody move on.
Mm-hmm.
But that works when they already get along.
I feel that. Okay. I feel
Mediation costs money. It's not free. You don't just pay to go to mediation unless you think it's going to be successful. With that type of contention they have with each other, I would have never say, let's go straight to mediation.
Right.
A hearing had to happen. Now, nothing final. I'm not saying a trial. I'm not saying leave the decision to a judge.
Mm-hmm.
But there needed to be some court proceeding to make you two both realize you don't want to leave this to a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have situations like this all the time where they hate each other or it's all this drama.
Right.
I'm like, all right, we need to have a hearing. You need to experience what cross-examination feels like, and so does she.
Mm-hmm.
Once both of y'all ass get wild on that stand, then everybody all of a sudden wants to get along.
I feel you.
You know, like sometimes you got to feel like you've been in a fight
Mm-hmm.
in order to appreciate the future, right? So they needed a hearing. They both needed to be cross-examined and get that don't feel good. Having an attorney in your face like badgering you, let them both experience that. Then you go to mediation because now they'll be more amicable because they don't want to experience that ever again.
No, I feel you. Yeah.
So that was bad advice. That lawyer should have realized that they were nowhere near ready to mediate. That was a waste of money.
Hey.
I'm not surprised it was a shit show at all. But I mean, everybody can't be me.
Oh my goodness.
You're
right though.
So he continues to say, we only had 2 actual sessions and both were just filled with unnecessary fighting and no resolution. Funny enough, it was the chaos at the mediation that kind of proved that both of us weren't interested in fighting each other. And she reached out later that evening after the second mediation to ask me to meet up the next day. Now, y'all done wasted money on 2 mediations. In that meeting, we talked things out and listened to one another, sorted through some baggage from our relationship, as well as spoke about what exactly had been going on the past 5 years. Hours later, the conversation was totally worth it. We agreed that we make it work and put our daughter in the forefront.
As you should.
Now they probably got to go back to mediation. Now they cool.
Right.
So that's 3 mediations. Mediation is not cheap.
I feel it.
It's your best case scenario if you do a half day, it's maybe $600-$700 a person per person. If you do a full day, talking about $1,300 a person.
Yeah.
And then you've already done it twice.
Yeah.
And now you got to go back a third time to make this agreement binding and then get it signed by a judge. I'm just saying.
Hey.
But hey, the good news is they got it done.
Yep.
They got it done.
Put the daughter first. That was good.
But also every state is different. I'm only speaking from my experience with mediators in Texas.
Right.
It could be different in Mississippi. It might cost you $20. I don't know. So he continues on to say, a meeting was arranged for me to drive over to see my daughter face to face. At the time, I wasn't introduced properly to her as her father, and she obviously was shy around this random dude, but it was still great seeing her for the first time. She was/is seeing someone to help with my transition into her life, and since then I've been properly introduced to her and she started calling me Papa. So things are going stunningly smooth, and she's coping really well with all of this.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's called reunification therapy. I definitely recommend it. It sounds like it's going well.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, my ex has floated around the idea that she would consider finding a job closer to me and moving so distance wouldn't be a big problem. But for now, I'll keep driving up to see her until she's more acquainted, and then she could come to me. The last update about my wife was that my sister was posting about everything on Facebook and the family was fighting. My sister has since removed the post and apologized to my wife. Although not a sincere apology, still an apology. Still ongoing, but attempts of reconciling my family and wife are going more or less well. My wife momentarily moved to stay with her parents to get away from everything for about a month, but has since moved back in the house, and we're expecting our child soon in the upcoming weeks. I'm extremely excited that we've worked through our issues. I'm sure most of you all will be disappointed, but I do 100% believe my wife and trust that she isn't some conniving person. She's still the woman I love, and we're all to blame for the circumstances that led to this whole situation. All we can do is focus on the future. Big thanks to everyone who offered their support and wishes as well as their advice. I truly do appreciate it. And that's it. Signing off. A happy dad of almost 2.
Okay.
That's what's up. I hope it works out for them.
Absolutely.
But they did the proper thing. They now have a court order that lays out everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he can move on, have this child with his wife, and hopefully the baby mom is good at co-parenting and they're able to, carry on with their life without too much drama.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
But I see the worst of the worst every day. So since I'm always surrounded by drama,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too optimistic. But I really hope the best for them.
Absolutely.
But I deal with this kind of stuff every day, and the chances of this going smooth for the next 13 years, but this child is 5.
Mm-hmm.
13 years is a long time.
You're right. You're right.
But I wish you nothing but the best. I really hope it goes well.
Absolutely.
Who the next story?
These stories is crazy.
Hurt feelings.
Hurt feelings.
Well, the next story is, am I the asshole for gifting my daughter a present made from my husband's side piece?
Oh, not the side piece. It's always a side piece, huh?
Always the side piece. Not a poor child running around with the side pieces present.
Hey.
Say it with me. Side pieces present.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's jump right on in.
Okay.
In 2018, me and my family went to see my husband's sister for Christmas. My husband was acting strange, not talking to me, being weird. His sister and I had only met one time before. We had presents sent to her house so we didn't have to travel with them. I was wrapping the presents in her home when they went outside for a while. He wouldn't tell me what they were talking about. When we went to pack up to leave, my husband was very concerned about his backpack. Only he could touch it. I thought it was odd, but whatever. I asked if he was having an affair. He said no, and I dropped it. We had not been in love for quite a while, and I knew we were heading towards divorce. Upon returning from my trip, something told me, check his backpack. So while he was showering, I looked in there and found 2 bracelets and a gift bag.
Oh, my goodness.
Not 2 bracelets. Who you buying jewelry for, sir?
Oh, my gosh.
I took the 2 bracelets and hid them.
Oh, my goodness. I hid the bracelets.
Oh, goodness. A woman after my own heart.
Flags. He crazy.
She wouldn't be getting the thing.
What?
She wouldn't be getting these bracelets. Now, I don't know if I would have given them to my child, but she wouldn't be getting them bracelets. All was well until he got out the shower and left to leave. Oh, he was getting fresh for her.
Oh, my gosh.
He came storming back in the house, demanding that I give him the bracelets back. I simply replied, what bracelets? He said he bought them for me for our anniversary next month. He knows I don't wear bracelets, and I actually hate jewelry. Why would he be freaking out so much if the bracelets were for me? He stormed out the house, and we didn't talk about it ever again. I went through his phone and discovered text messages of him having an affair. Part of me didn't care because, like I said, we weren't in love anymore, but I still felt betrayed. 2 years later, we're divorcing. It was very amicable. While cleaning up, I found the 2 bracelets that I hid years ago and had forgotten all about.
What?
I didn't want them, but our middle child, she's 15, loves jewelry. We were separated but decided to have Christmas at our house together. So Christmas morning comes and the kids are opening gifts. The look on his face when our daughter opens the bracelets was priceless.
Oh my goodness.
They were rose gold, her favorite. Her face was beaming with joy. He sat there looking at the jewelry like a deer in headlights. So am I the asshole for gifting the jewelry to my daughter that was meant for my husband's side piece?
Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just asking. I'm just waiting on an answer.
I mean,
Is she the asshole?
Nah, I don't think so. If you found the bracelets and you gave them away, I mean,
I definitely am full on supportive of her finding the bracelets and not telling him a thing about them and hiding them. I'm full on with that. I don't know if I would have given them to my child though.
okay.
I would have given them away, Goodwill, something.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as he wasn't giving it to her,
Yeah.
that would have just been my objective.
You wouldn't have given it to the.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Why?
Because these were still these bracelets are tied to adultery. You know, at the
Okay.
end of the day, like these bracelets is tied to what my husband was doing. Even though they was out of love, like you close the door before you open another one. Like they should have just divorced and everybody could have moved on with their life. She wasn't cheating on him. And she wasn't in love with him no more either, but she was still in his marriage.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't cheating on him, but he was cheating on her. I wouldn't take these presents from his adultery and give it to my child.
Right. Okay. I feel you.
I just personally wouldn't have done it, but he wouldn't have got it. So I full on support the fact that she took him in him.
Well, you probably wouldn't have good. Well, you probably would have sold them.
I would have made a little money.
on
Yeah.
it.
You know your wife so well.
I feel you though.
I'm just so glad I'm in a wonderful marriage, but I don't have to let my crazy side out.
Oh my goodness.
I've been able to suppress that woman. She has not been out since college.
Hey.
And I'm proud of that. It's a testament to how good you've been to me.
You feel me?
But she's there.
Oh my goodness.
Leave her dormant. Leave her hibernating. She's resting.
My goodness.
Leave her there. So I just, that part of me just beams with joy when I read stuff like this because I know. I'm just going to be honest. I know the type of foolishness I would have pulled back in the day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, why would I want my child walking around with bracelets that's attached to my husband's adultery?
I feel you.
I just don't think that's cute or cool.
And then every time she would have seen those bracelets on her daughter, she would have probably been thinking about that.
And it's just like, this is attached to something so negative.
Right,
like,
exactly.
I can get my child some fabulous bracelets and she gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
She don't need to be walking around with bracelets from that.
Right.
I'm gonna get my baby some other bracelets.
I feel you.
But I'm gonna make some money off them other rose gold.
You feel me?
I would have sold it. Let's see what the people have to say.
Okay, yeah.
Someone said, not the asshole. You just regifted something that was meant for you anyways, according to your husband.
Hey, right.
Someone said, beautiful move. Checkmate.
Not a beautiful move.
Someone else said, well played. We need a trophy for moments like this.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone's in full support. Seems like it.
Yeah.
Someone else said, I love it. I want a photo to see your husband's face just to laugh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, as a child of divorced parents, I would actually be really hurt if I knew my parents were doing this kind of power play shit over my head.
I mean, how was you gonna know? Right. But I feel you.
So this person is not in support of this.
Yeah.
The next comment is, unpopular opinion, but you're the asshole. Not to him, but to your daughter. Even if she loves them, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth that she's being used without realizing to get petty revenge against her father. There's no way to know how this will impact her. As her parent, it's your responsibility to not throw her in the middle of that. Best case scenario, he never says a word and you get this very satisfying revenge. I have no problem with the pettiness or the revenge, but I do have a problem with you inserting your daughter in the situation, even though it seems to have worked out without impacting her in the end.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to call it an asshole,
Right.
but I would have given it to my daughter.
No, I feel you.
Not me.
I feel you.
But, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna call her an asshole for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wouldn't have did it.
I feel you.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, would y'all have gave it to the daughter or sold it? you know.
Maybe they'll be with the majority of people who love it and think it was a grand idea. I was
Right.
full on with it until she gifted it to the daughter.
I feel you.
I mean, if anything, like, we trying to be petty, if you really hate your mother-in-law, gift it to her.
Oh my goodness.
But not your baby. Don't give it to your daughter. Give it to his mama.
Oh my goodness.
And then watch him open the mama opening presents, and then his mama's like, "Oh my God, you're too kind."
What?
And let his mouth drop. Now I'm full on support of that.
Of course.
Because that's not her child.
I feel you. It's a
That's
grown
if
woman.
you don't like your mother-in-law. Now, if you like your mother-in-law, don't do
Well,
don't
of
do
course,
nothing
yeah.
like that.
Lord have mercy.
But yeah, if I couldn't stand my mother-in-law, I'm so grateful I have a good mother-in-law though.
Oh my
You see,
gosh.
I ain't got to be crazy.
You're right.
But
You're
yeah,
right.
you should have gave it to the mother-in-law if you didn't like her.
Great advice.
I mean,
But you're right though.
don't do that to your child.
Yeah, I feel you. That's like an innocent. Yeah.
Sell it, give it to your mother-in-law if you don't like your mother-in-law.
If you don't like her, yeah.
Or his sister. If you don't like his sister, give it to somebody that you don't like and somebody attached to him so he could see them opening it and he could see, you can get the satisfaction seeing his face.
I feel you on that.
But if you love your mother-in-law, if you love your sister-in-law, sell it. But you, in no circumstances, give it to your child.
Mm-hmm. I feel you on that.
Next story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kicking my dad's wife and her kids out once he passes away.
Uh-oh. Who them?
Somebody's feelings are hurt. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
My dad has been battling a terminal illness and he's going into hospice next week. But he's been incoherent for about 6 months. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
The house he lives in with his wife and her 2 adult daughters is owned by me. I purchased it for him to live in when my mom passed away. He was a wreck, to say the least. He lost his job. He was evicted from their apartment. So I purchased a small house in an older, safe neighborhood for him and his dog, Donnie.
Oh, okay.
I was all he had. Then 5 years ago, he met his wife, Maxine. 2 years after they met, they got married and she moved into the house. I didn't have a problem with that. Then one of her daughters moved in and I was like, okay, but I wasn't upset. Then the other daughter moved in. Not my favorite circumstances, but it's not my place to say anything. Everything was fine for a while. But then one of the daughters doesn't like dogs. She got her mom to convince my dad to get rid of Donnie. My dad didn't want to. He adores Donnie. Donnie was my mom's dog too. He's an old Jack Russell, not a playful puppy. He doesn't bother anyone. If anything, he's a scared and jumpy kind of dog. So I decided to take Donnie. This pissed off Maxine and her kids, as if my dad found a loophole or something. I would bring Donnie with me when I would go to visit so my dad could spend time with him. They missed each other. They always made a big deal about this, though. Like I said, my dad is going into hospice this week, and I went to talk to Maxine and her daughters. I brought Donnie to say goodbye to my dad. Maxine's daughter said she was glad she would never have to have Donnie in her house again.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me.
That's crazy.
My plan was to tell them as long as she paid the property taxes, maintenance, and utilities, she was more than welcome to live in the house. At the end of the day, she had made my dad happy, and I was trying to be nice. I had a lawyer draw up a lease that said exactly this. But after her daughter's statements about no longer having to be around Donnie in the house, I gave her an ultimatum. I repeated back to her, I'm happy this dog will never have to be in my house again. Whose house?
Oh my gosh.
Because you and I both know this ain't your house. I gave Maxine an ultimatum that when my dad passed, I told her she had 3 months to either kick her daughters out, sign a lease, and start paying a reasonable rent or move out entirely. She said the house was going to be hers when my dad died since they were married. I actually got great pleasure in telling her that the house was mine, not because it was given to me, but because I bought it and paid for it. I then gave her my lawyer's card, and I told her, check for yourself.
Oh my gosh.
That was yesterday. She's been calling me all day. I blocked all 3 of them. But not before I heard all kinds of nasty messages calling me a prick and how I'm doing this to a widow and her children. Both daughters are grown and have jobs. It's not really my problem. I was in my 30s when my dad married her. She was never anything to me but my dad's wife. And I never bothered to even learn her daughter's names.
Oh
Am I the
God.
asshole?
What? Oh my gosh. Hey, I mean, no,
Mm,
no, you're not.
no, you're not the asshole.
You do whatever you want with your house after
Hmm.
your dad gone, and dang, that daughter
Her
disrespectful.
intentions were kind at
Yeah.
first. She was like, I ain't gonna kick her out. Like, as long as she want to pay the utilities, the property taxes, she could live up in there. It was
Mm.
up until that daughter opened her mouth.
Wow.
And she was like, you know what? You could still live there,
Yeah.
but you gonna pay rent and you gotta kick your daughters out. If you
Mm.
can't do that, all y'all could go.
You a whole tenant now, a regular tenant, no privileges.
I think she handled it very well. She wasn't even still kicking her out after the daughter made the comment. She was like, but the
Hmm.
daughter's got to go and you gonna have to pay rent.
Yep. Wow.
And if you can't do that, bye. Let me get the U-Haul.
Yeah.
I think that was fair.
Nah,
Because if it
true.
was me, the moment I would have heard that comment, she had to bounce. I wouldn't have even told her she could kick her daughters out. You and your daughters, bye. And plus, you got to
Wow.
also remember she's grieving, or she's about to be grieving. And I think she already said her dad had just passed.
Hmm.
So she's grieving. Her dad just died. And here I got the wicked witch from the West not mother-in-law, stepmama,
Yeah.
and her disrespectful daughters kicking my mama's dog out the house.
Right.
And I was even still trying to be nice because if she really had evil in her heart, the moment she knew her dad was passing, she would have had plans to kick them out the house from the start. But that wasn't even what time she was on.
Right.
She was still going to let them live there.
Right.
Then when they opened their mouth up about the dog, she was still going to let that lady live there. She just had to kick her daughters out and she was going to have to pay rent.
True.
And if she couldn't do that, then she had to go. I think this was all very kind of her.
Yeah. True.
Because I wouldn't have had no plans of her staying in the house after my dad had passed. She would have had to go.
I feel you on that.
And I could put a regular tenant up in there and get my rent and do whatever I got to do. So I think she was kinder than I would have been.
Nah. True. True. I agree with that.
What y'all think?
Yeah. What would y'all have done?
I think she was more than kind.
That's
Most people
true.
would have just kicked her out and been like, bye. You
Yeah.
got 3 months. You got,
Right. Get up out of my
not
house.
even the option to stay there. Nope.
Yep.
Because I wouldn't want to have to deal with her for an indefinite time.
I
You
feel
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Because she's attached to my father, who, I would have just wanted to be done with that. So I think it was very kind of her to even allow her the original offer for her to be a tenant, basically, and live there. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be her landlord. I wouldn't want nothing to do with her once my dad was gone.
I feel you.
So I would have already had plans to kick her and her children out.
Right.
So I think this lady is beyond nice.
Oh yeah.
I would have got their ass up out of there, and I would have just put a regular tenant.
Right.
So,
Right.
lady, you are a saint.
Yep.
The comments are,
Yeah. What they talking about?
not the asshole. They are all adults and can take care of themselves. Pissed me off that they made your dad get rid of his dog. Your dad never mentioned to his wife that he didn't own the house. You think it would have come up with the years they had been together. Very telling that she just assumed she would get everything when he passed.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck, doesn't
She
it?
thought she was Big Meech.
Hmm.
Nope.
Time to talk to a lawyer with experience in landlord-tenant law. My paranoid side says when she moves out, the place is either going to be trashed or damaged. Find out what your options are so you can do an inspection of the current condition of the house. Take photographs so that you can show any future damage caused by her that was not your father. Great advice.
Yeah. Didn't even think about that.
Fun fact, in law school, landlord-tenant law was probably one of the only subjects I paid attention to.
I feel you.
I paid attention to landlord-tenant law and gifts. I was really interested in gifts. But I mean, I was a tenant. I was living in an apartment. So you best believe I was listening into landlord-tenant because it would have been affecting me if
Right.
anything went wrong with my apartment. And plus, at the time, my classmate had got engaged and she called it off and her fiance was trying to get the ring back. So we was all invested on trying to see if she had to give the ring back or not. So we was all paying attention to gifts in property law. But yeah, landlord-tenant was my only other one that I really thought was interesting. Someone else said, people should have a frank talk about their finances before marriage, but I can also see how he would assume that it wasn't important as they both had older kids that were adults and they may not have commingled finances much.
I guess.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean, I think being older and having adult children doesn't waive the fact that you should talk about finances
Right.
if you get married, no matter your age or having adult children or not. y'all got to talk about it. Even if y'all want to say y'all want a prenup and since y'all old, you just like, hey, I don't want everything I came into the marriage with. Because if you 60, you might be, I got all this stuff I'm coming to the marriage with. You got a whole life, 60 years of a life before me. We just gonna make it crystal clear. Right. I still think that's a conversation that should happen.
Definitely.
Someone else said, there's a lot of stories about wives and stepmoms thinking they're going to inherit property that already belongs to someone else. Wife was setting things up for her and her daughters, not the asshole. Sorry to hear about your dad. My wife is in hospice. The house is hers and I know it. Of course, after we've been together 30 years, I should know. I also wrote her will and mine a few years ago, so no surprises there. We also gave each person named in the will a copy. The executor has the originals. There will be no hollering or file actions at a later date. Take care of everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was all good comments, if you ask me.
Crazy.
Yeah. What do you think about today's stories?
No, it was wild.
The hurt feelings episode.
Yeah.
You know you got to rate them, so let's do a quick recap.
Okay.
Would I be the asshole if I kept a life insurance payment from my ex-fiance? Mm-hmm. Wife deleted a message from my ex telling me she was pregnant 5 years ago.
Crazy.
Am I the asshole for gifting my daughter presents made for my husband's side piece? I'm kicking my dad's wife and her kids out once he passes away. What's your number one? Number one being the craziest.
The craziest?
Yes. Ooh, these are all kind of crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what I could say about which one would be number one. I don't know.
To me, number one, the craziest.
Insurance policy, maybe? I don't know.
That's just a crazy situation, how that all planned out.
Yeah.
I think to me, the craziest is the 5-year-old, the child. My wife deleted the text message and because that has longer lasting effects. This story has a way bigger, more impact on these people's lives. This child is only 5.
True.
They got 13 years until this child is an adult, and we know 18 years old is not no adult.
Yeah.
But the effects of this story are way longer lasting.
I feel you.
So I think that's number one, because this is going to affect their lives for a long time.
True.
Then I would say number 2, the insurance policy. That's a lot of money. Then I think 3 is kicking out the woman and her kids. And then 4, the bracelets.
Okay.
What do y'all think? Put them in order. Let us know in the comments.
Because they crazy.
Yeah. Well, we thank you guys for watching this video today. And also, please subscribe to our Patreon.
Oh, yeah. Come on over.
We do extra stories every month. We also have a live chat where we communicate. We also actually go live on there. And we also do extra videos like vlogging, the day in the life. So you get to see us outside of just these Reddit stories.
Oh, yeah.
So come join the family. We see y'all later.
Hey, we'll see y'all over there.
See you in the next one.
Bye.